For as long as possible, Nigerians have fought in many ways for a better country, including through prayers, belief, and music.
This is Nigeria. Look, I'm living now.
Some have sung confrontationally, others have sung to motivate. Some sing about specific topics, while some topics are broader.
When we ask our government, when them go give us life.
Welcome to Fab Reality, and today we'll be discussing the top 10 Nigerian songs that begged for a better Nigeria. Please like, share, and tell us in the comments which of these songs had any sort of positive effect or outcome. Techno uses a cheerful beat to get us on the dance floor while thinking about the big and small things bothering the nation. The producer speaks about the confusion of leaving Nigeria in quest for a better life, only to miss the country and return to the terrible situations that he has to face. While Techno cries out about the issues bothering the nation, he remembers to share his piece of advice with the citizens or the government who are not quite sure who. The chorus to this song in itself is a repetition of a scream for help and a rhetorical question asking more or less if we can continue in the then current situation. One Day Cole reminisces of a time in Nigeria when several aspects of the economy were much better, including grants from the government, easier access to foreign travels, and exchange rates, unlike the unbearable current situation of hardship. He further states that coming together as people of the nation is the only way that our tears and screams of frustration can be heard.
You see the situation, hey, you don't reach, you make her cry. You don't reach, you make her scream. Yeah. You don't reach, you make her sing. Oh, no, make her me, Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
Sir Sonny Okosun, the legend, in 1984 inquired on the direction of the country and insisted that it is our collective responsibility to save the nation, and if we blame the government, we should remember that we are part of the government. He speaks further on inefficiency, indiscipline, corruption, and inflation. He also encouraged a higher interest in agriculture if we want the best for Nigeria.
Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Green revolution is a reality. Let's give it a chance to grow. Let's join our hands to fight.
Nigeria, jaga, jaga. Everything's scatter, scatter.
Most Nigerians know what Jaga Jaga is, but for those that don't, Jaga Jaga is simply uncoordinated, or rather, scattered. Idris Abdul Karim suggests that the country is scattered to the extent that we are afraid of one another.
You know, take more than your life. Went straight up to your bedside. This big now you're down. Which I'm rob, I know I'm money. Which I'm rob, I know I'm Johnny. Now political, I'm rob.
He speaks on unjust imprisonment and the terrible state of prisons, while political offenders are living comfortably and protected. Politicians of this time were truly not happy with this song.
They lock him for jail for Abuja. Kingsley has been accepted for yeah. Had they been there, now they beat all of them. Yeah, but inside prison. Everything's scatter.
He acknowledged that we are a growing nation, and if we do love the nation, we need to deliberately focus on improving ourselves, as there is potential for us to be great.
Africa, is the love your land. Africa is the motherland. We did grow, we did grow, we did grow.
We are the women of Nigeria, and peace is what we bring. Let it rain everywhere.
Yeka Owenu begs for peace and love to rest in our hearts regardless of circumstances or tribal differences, and promises that there are positive impacts that we stand to gain if we only try.
Peace in our hearts, peace in our homes, peace in the nation and the world. Peace in our hearts, peace in our homes, peace in the nation and the world.
This is a song of positivity and responsibility for the welfare of one another. Even though there might be wars and unrest on the outside, let what rests within us be peace and love, and the world can therefore be a better place.
Love one another, so the world can live as one. Let there be peace in our hearts.
When we ask our government, when them go give us light, them say na 2010. We don't wait 2010 since then, but now the waiting must end. Cause 2010.
The year is 2010. Sound Sultan used this song to remind the rulers of their promise to provide steady power supply in the same year. He also says he wishes he could lead people to fight for their rights, but he fears his life would be at risk.
I want to be like Moses. Show my people them to the promised land. But then I notice something. People with triumph on the underground. I see them, I just look them from far. Me, I fear this government people.
He then offers an advice like someone who has given up on this promise, suggesting that we should all get our candles as the lights may never come. There is also a high display of people turning on generators and candles. MI graces this song to share his own view on the light situation, hunger, starvation, and power divide, and seemed really upset about it.
Yeah, yes, boss, MI with the flow, boss. No more, yes, boss, no boss. No boss, so long you scope, boss.
I want to be like Moses. Show my people them to the promised land.
Me I go yarn, me I go speak my mind. Me I go yarn, them things say we blind. Make we yarn, why are my people so poor? We can't take this no more.
LD takes a stubborn approach as one refusing to be silenced by his oppressors, encouraging others to speak up as well, as government policies are only designed to enrich the rich and keep the poor right where they are.
As I reach Yankee, I see say the life where my people then they live, na nonsense. As I reach Yankee, I see say to solve our problem in no hard common sense. Them they come.
He emphasizes that the nation is blessed with enough natural resources to improve our general standards, but the people are yet to benefit, but rather suffer lack in the midst of abundance.
We get the land, Plenty land, plenty farm. We get the energy. Plenty oil, plenty sun. Water day, Jaburata, River Niger day, River Benue day. But for ordinary man, simple things to enjoy, we no fit to get. Water.
LD raps about misplaced priorities, greed and public silence in the midst of hardship. He complains about the Naira acting poorly against the dollar, with 140 Naira to a dollar in 2006. It makes one consider the current exchange rate.
Politicians still the young dust on top TV. We put satellite for space, but we no get light. Or would they blow my people? Still, we no one fight. We be the top 5 richest oil nation for globe, but my people no fit afford kerosene for stove. We never finish. Civilians don't come. Now all of them they chop our money turn by turn. Remember 84 where we they beg Andrew make it stay. Dollar na 5 Naira then, now 140 today. We just suffer and smile our debt.
Oh my God. Oh. No be smarting.
Then Two-Face, now to Baba, released an impeccable poetic masterpiece, one of heartbreak and lack of trust from a failed government that keep coming back to make promises, only to intentionally fail its people.
Looking back to all the years that you and I have spent together, it seems like you've been playing me all along. So many times you asked me to put the whole of my trust in you. So many times you betrayed me and played me for a fool.
Baba tries to point out to the leaders the damages caused by their greed and hunger for power, as indeed, people are suffering from hunger, illiteracy and insecurity. He also reminds them that we are all brothers and sisters and there is a higher power.
But the power is nothing if your people cannot get quality education. The power is nothing if your people keep dying of disease and starvation. The power is nothing if your people have no peace, no peace. Only God can judge you now. 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 Another year has come, and now you want my vote once more.
The last speaks directly to the people who carry out the dirty work of the politicians, referring to them as zombies, who follow others blindly without looking at the bigger picture or implications to themselves.
Zombie not go stop unless you tell him to stop. Zombie not go turn unless you tell him to turn.
While the song is sensitive, it is still playful in nature, as it makes a mockery of men who are supposed to be tough, but cannot make single decisions of their own, but rather take orders that sometimes lead them to losing their lives.
No break, no job, no sense. Go and kill. Go and die. Go and quench. Put up all the verse. Go and quench. Go and kill. Go and die. Put up all the verse. Attention. Big match, slow match, left turn, right turn, back turn, double up, salute, open your hat, stand at it.
Sorry, oh. I'm sorry for Nigeria. I'm sorry, oh. I'm sorry for Africa. Sorry, oh.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running.
Our life we would live for Raja. Use the money play to overseas and ja. Our life we would live for Raja. Ja in Africa.
28th of October 2020. You carry me go kill many youth for Lekki. So what run away my eyes.
Oh, the land is green, it's green. Oh. The land is green, it's green. Can't you see? The harvest is ready, 'cause the Lord of the harvest told me so. It's green for me. It's green for me.
Like a child begging his parents for better parenting, African China tables several issues to the government and begs for better leadership. He emphasizes the wide gap between the rich and the poor and how the nation is falling.
Money, we now they see their face for crime fighter. Tell me something I don't know why. Rich man go they like we are. Poor man go they sound. Rich man go they like we are. Poor man go they sound. They gonna lead us well. Don't let this nation to fall inside well, Mr. President.
He points out basic amenities that are not available and how it threatens the survival of the common man. Police brutality, bribery and corruption are other concerns that he addresses.
Police well, now they take bribe. Well, you know they, brother, transportation not there. And our road is not good, oh. What about the NEPA people, oh? You know, get like everybody.
The song is delivered with so much agony, so oppressors may be encouraged to pity the masses. It was sung with humility and frustration. African China was simply pleading because he was actually tired. Lead us well. No let this nation fall inside well.